Nate, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing, Mckay?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So, I know that time is important to you. You got a lot of things to do, so I brought an agenda for you, just so that we can keep our thoughts organized and kind of keep things in the flow. So, how have things been going with you?
Good.
That's good. Yeah, you been busy with the farm and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, what you guys got going on?
A lot.
A lot.
I mean, it's starting to get cold and whatnot, so.
Yeah.
You know,
Time to break out the coveralls and insulated boots and everything, huh?
Yep.
That stinks. You know, at least in the dairy barn, it's warm, right?
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It still gets to you. Waking up at 4 is not that fun. But so how's the family?
good.
Yeah,
Little girl's doing good.
yeah. What's her name? Blakely, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she's growing like a weed, huh?
She sure is.
That's good. That's good. So, first of all, before we start off with anything, I want to ask you, like, do you have any questions for me or anything that you were wondering about?
No.
I really appreciate you meeting with me, by the way, taking the time out of your busy schedule to help me out. So.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah. So I guess I kind of want to get a feel of what you know about robots. About, I guess, what have you heard from other farmers, you know, at the local store or whatever.
Oh, well, heard they're expensive.
Yeah.
But I've heard they work really well. I mean, that's what you're here for.
Yeah.
To explain
Exactly.
what they do.
Exactly. So, you know, Heber up the road in Almo a little bit, he installed the robots about 2 years ago, right? And he's had a pretty good experience with it. You know, it's been an interesting thing for him. So, you know, I guess a question I want to ask is how have labor things, how has labor been for you on the farm lately?
It's been all right. You know how it is. I mean,
Yeah.
we've had some problems with milkers not showing up on time, and we've had a couple guys go recently too. So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, right now might be looking to hire a couple more milkers. So
Yeah.
that's about how
Is
it's
it
going.
is it pretty hard to find milkers that, you know, are gonna stay or that are pretty?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say 1 out of every 2 doesn't work out
Yeah.
the way we'd want it to. So
Yeah. Huh. That's too bad. And that's, you know, you find that that's the way things are going these days, right?
yeah.
And labor is just such a weird thing. Hopefully, President Trump will kind of change things around a little bit, but you know, it's you always hope for change with new things, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm finding that a lot of people have your same issue with labor. A lot of people have workers that either just don't show up one day or that just aren't good workers while they're there. And that's a problem, especially when you're trying to run a business, right? It's hard to get the things you need to get done when you don't have reliable help. And that's something that, you know, I think that Lately Robotics can help you out with. So first of all, there's a few robot brands out there. Obviously, you've probably heard a few, got a bunch of them, got salesmen knocking on your door all the time. You know, I think what sets Lately Robotics apart is that they have a great warranty. It's 1 year. They do a lot of, or they last a long time. The first one was actually built in about 20 years ago in Europe, and it's still running to this day. So it's very durable. Lately is a very durable brand.
How long did you say the warranty is on this?
It's 1 to 2 years on parts and labor, and then there's an extended warranty on things like the vacuum inside. And a lot of the dairies in the central United States have found that the warranty is very helpful. Not because they have to use it a lot, obviously. I mean, obviously you don't want to have to use the warranty a lot, but it has kind of given them a sense of security as they make such a big purchase, right?
Yeah.
So, like I mean, we were talking earlier a little bit about labor issues. So, I guess what would, sorry, I'm kind of a little bit scatterbrained now, but let's watch a video. I can kind of run you through some of the important parts of the Lely robot, and you can kind of see what it's all about.
The cow is allowed easy access.
It's
moving
great,
simply straight ahead.
great voice directing.
The milking unit offers the cow ample freedom of movement.
So you can see here.
The cow's position is followed accurately all the time, without anything actually.
It kind of gives an infrared scan, which is helpful in knowing if the cow's in heat or if it's just normal. It helps with breeding efficiency and all kinds of things. So you can see it kind of places feed in the bucket to lure the cow in.
Stimulation. Brushes are used for cleaning.
Food always lures me in to do my job,
takes
right?
place just as gently and fast as if the calf is looking for the teat. The strong arm stays underneath the animal, which is quieter for the cow. Pulsation per quarter with Lely's 4-effect pulsation system. Milk quality is continuously measured to allow for quick recognition and action, reducing ailments and improving animal health.
Gives kind of some classical music, which in the mood, right?
Milking times are minimized, resulting in improved udder health and less stress on the udder. After milking, every quarter is sprayed to ensure udder health. The cow exits straight ahead in a relaxed manner. The unique milk-friendly pump without rotating impellers doesn't damage the milk. The Lely Pura steam cleaning system kills 99% of all bacteria without detergents, offering maximum security in respect of udder health. Colostrums will be automatically separated and can be used for calf feeding. Lely Astronaut, the natural way of milking.
Alright, so what kind of stood out to you in that video?
Well, I got some questions for you.
Go ahead.
Have you seen cows kick the machine and break them?
So actually, that's an interesting question. A lot of people have it. Cows have been known to kick the machine at first, just as they're getting trained. You know, it's kind of a new thing to them, so obviously they get a little scared. But really, the machine hasn't broken at all. It just the cows will kick it, and it'll just keep milking. I've talked to the Griffins, who also live in the valley, about that exact question, and they get asked it a lot, and they say they haven't, like, they've seen cows kick it and nothing has been wrong with their machine afterwards, so it's a very durable machine. So.
And does it spray iodine on after then?
Yeah, it showed in that video where after it got done milking, it sprayed the iodine. Cow health is obviously a very important part. You know, you don't want something touching the cows that's got bacteria and germs all over it. And actually, after it sprays the iodine, the robotic arm goes back into the machine, and it washes it off. So it washes out all the cups and everything to make sure that it's all sanitary. Yeah, so is there anything else that you saw?
No.
Cool. So something that's really interesting about these robots is that the cows actually become less stressed once they get used to it, and that's you know, I feel like when we're less stressed, we're able to do our jobs better. You know, me and you. So it would make sense that a cow would also be the same way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when in Laley's studies, they found that because of the amount of stress that a Laley robot reduces, a cow has been seen to increase milk production by up to 2 pounds per day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, especially where you guys are 2 times a day milking.
Yeah.
Right. So especially in those situations, they've seen increased milk production by quite a bit. So what do you think 2 pounds of milk per day could do for your operation?
That's quite a bit for the amount of cows and the amount of milking that we do.
Yeah, seriously. It's been really handy for those who have tried it out. Those who have tried it out have seen also increased income because of the increased milk production, obviously, right? So I guess what would prevent you from buying a machine? Let's just be straightforward with it. What would be something that would set you back?
Well, the cost is obviously a major factor because they're expensive, and kind of integrating it into the system would also be pretty tough. I don't know if we'd have to build a different barn or if we could make the one that we have right now work.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people have been building new barns because of the fact that they have seen their robots pay themselves off. I mean, if I'm understanding you correctly, you're worried that you'll have to build a new barn. That's obviously pretty expensive, right?
yeah.
So I guess would it be worth it if I told you the Laley robot could potentially pay itself off within 5 to 10 years? Let's think about this. You know, you got the first robot that was built. 20 years later, it's still working fine. I mean, 5 to 10 years really is a short amount of time compared to that.
How many robots would I need?
How many cows are in your operation again?
2,000.
2,000?
2,000. Yeah.
So a Laley robot milks about it can milk put 65 cows per robot. So let's do the math on that real quick. Do you have your cell phone on yet?
Yeah.
Sorry, I left mine in the truck actually.
Alright.
Cool. So let's see, 2,000 divided by 65 equals, so 30 robots. Now that's a lot. It may seem like a lot at first. We do have financing options and other things that will that can kind of help with the payment process. But a lot of people have been, with big dairies especially, have just been integrating slowly. So they keep, 1,000 cows in the parlor still, the original parlor that you have. Then they'll move 1,000 over.
So, when you say it can milk 65 cows, is that 65 cows a day or what?
Yeah, it'll handle 65 cows by itself, and the cows can come in and milk however many times they want to per day. So those 65 cows will come in and milk however many times they want to per day.
Okay.
So, really the Laley robot, the cows want to come in because it offers the unhindered entry. stress-free. The cows volunteer themselves, and it's actually really efficient. And it's amazing that it can get 65 cows in per day, but it does it. So
Have you seen cows that'll just keep going back in, and cows that won't go in at all?
you know, there's been a few problems with cows. Really, if obviously the cows want to be milked because it kind of hurts them to have a ton of milk in their udders.
Yeah.
But cows generally keep going back in. So
All right.
so what? I mean, I feel like we're making headway. Do you feel like this is something that you could potentially be interested in?
Possibly. I mean, I think we'd have to go the route of starting a few up and moving some cows over and seeing how that goes before we put in 30. Obviously, how much?
Okay.
How much is it on average? What it costs to put, say, 10 in?
10 in. So generally it's about 200,000 per robot. So 10 times 2.
2 million.
Yeah, 2 million. Along with the building costs. And it's it's spendy, but like I said, it where you're just milking 2 times per day right now, it will pay itself off. So, do you have any other? Is there any other, I guess, problems or questions that you would prevent you from buying?
How much is it to install them? Is that included in 200?
Yeah, that's all included. We would do everything like that for you.
Okay. So what percentage of dairies? I mean, have you met anyone that hasn't been happy with it?
Not really, honestly. There's things that frustrate people about certain aspects of the robot, but it's just because they're not used to it, in my opinion.
What could some of those issues be?
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, you just are wondering
What are some of the complaints that people do have when they're first starting out?
Cool. Some of the complaints would be that the cows don't want to go in at first, that they don't really, but that's really that they don't understand it. Another complaint, a guy said that sometimes the robot will wake him up in the middle of the night, but really, I mean, it frees up a lot more time than it takes from you.
How does it wake them up? Does it have an alarm? Or
Yeah,
something
so
like
the robot will actually send personal text messages to you
Oh.
if something goes wrong in the middle of the night. But
that? All right.
I see that we're kind of running out of time here. I'd like to take you on a tour of a robotic facility.
Yeah.
In the valley. Do you think that would be something that would help you out?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Well, let's set that up. I think we're doing one next week. It'll just be of the Loft Miller's Dairy.
Okay. Yeah, I know one.
What day would work for you best?
Next Wednesday would probably be pretty good.
Next Wednesday. Okay. So I'll write that down. I'll talk to the Loft Millers and I'll get back to you. But from what we've talked about today, I mean, is this something that you think would be a possibility for you guys?
Yeah, like I said, we'd probably have to start out with a few and then work our way
Great.
into installing more. But yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, with that, we'll close if you don't have any other questions.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, it was good meeting with you today, Nate.
Yep. It was. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you later.
I'll see ya.
All right. Oh, I brought you a shirt as well. So.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. No problem.